Husband, 33M, is not good in bed and I'm, 32F, tired of it. I hate this. I've, 32F, have been with my husband, 33M, for almost 4 years now, 3 years married and our sex life is horrible. He has a high sex drive and I have sex drive as well, but he just always doesn't seem confident when we are having sex, it's awkward. I also have never had an orgasm while we've had sex. I don't know how to change things. I've tried talking to him and teaching him but he doesn't do anything. He just lays there and he gets off and I don't. Any advice? How do I make our sex life better? Why did you marry a guy who doesn't get you off? It's 4 years in. Either he can't change or he doesn't want to. Info. Did you not have sex before marriage? Maybe a sex therapist can help him, you? But I'm surprised you put up with this for so long. You've been together for 4 years so you already know it's unlikely to change. You have a few options. 1. Keep bringing it up, maybe even get therapy, and hope he changes too. Resign to an unsatisfying sex life or 3. Separate, divorce. It's not complicated. There's just no silver bullet either. 1. Why did you marry him if you have never orgasmed? 2. Sex therapist is a thing. 3. Match his energy, if he just lays there you do too. Have sex with him till he's close then stop. When he complains just tell him you never get off so it's only fair that neither of you get to experience it. I, 26 male, humiliated and shattered my GF's, 25 female, confidence. My girlfriend, 25 female, and I, 26 male, moved in together last year. We live in a fairly safe neighborhood, but during the night there are some sketchy drunk men hanging around who also scare me quite honestly. My girlfriend however wasn't really scared to walk alone at night and would say that she's just as strong as those men and can take care of herself. My girlfriend is 5 feet 10 inches and works out 2 times a week. She's indeed very strong compared to most women, but she was obviously delusional to think that her strength was comparable to that of an average man. She would even go as far as saying that if someone should be worried for walking alone at night, then it should be me as I'm a scrawny 5 feet 9 inches man. I thought this was one of the situations where it would be better to just shut up than being correct, so I mostly stopped showing my concerns to her. Yesterday she went out with some of her friends and called me at 1 a.m. that she'll come alone via public transportation. She doesn't have a license. I told her that it's dangerous and I should come pick her up, but she insisted on coming by herself. I couldn't sleep till she came home an hour later. She was so angry at me for not trusting her that she can take care of herself. That was when I decided to demonstrate her the disparity between the strength of men and women. She thought I was joking at first, but when she realized that I was dead serious, she happily took the opportunity to prove how wrong I was. I basically told her to ground me as hard as she can, and then I quickly got out of her grip and grounded her for several minutes till she surrendered. She cried a lot throughout this whole time and I could also see the fear in her eyes, even though she knew very well that I would never hurt her. I humiliated her. I slept on the couch that night. She didn't want to talk about it in the morning and said that she's fine, but she's still obviously very upset about it. I feel horrible that I've shattered her confidence like that, and I don't think she will ever feel safe walking alone at night again. I'm probably a really horrible person for doing that and I wish I could have just trusted her more to take care of herself. I know this relationship is probably over, but is there anything I could do to make up for it? And #X200B. Too long did not read. I demonstrated to my girlfriend the disparity between the strength of men and women trying to teach her a lesson. I humiliated and shattered her confidence in the process and feel terrible for what I did. Can I do something to make up for it? And #X200B. Edit. I can't possibly answer all of your comments. What I did was an assault, I admit it. I can't express how sorry I am for doing that. I thought I was doing the right thing, but instead I assaulted her by trying to prevent exactly that. Don't learn from me, but please keep yourself safe out there, if not for you, then for the ones who love you. The fuck did I just read? You harmed and terrified your girlfriend to win an argument? I think all men are rapists so I showed my partner how easily I could rape her, for her own protection of course. You can't make it up to her. Okay, that's wrong. Some men could re-establish trust after a mistake like this, but you still think you are right. You have to break down all the entitlements that brought you to this reasoning. To the idea that, teaching her a lesson, was anything other than emotional and physical abuse. That you had the right. So you got some work to do and it's unfair to ask her to rehabilitate you. Like I said when you posted this in IATA. You didn't shatter her self-confidence. You shattered her trust in you as a human and as a person. You got physical with her. You wanted to feel manly and assert your dominance. What the actual fuck is wrong with you? The problem is you proved your point and then took it too far. You shouldn't have made her cry. In fact, you only needed to show her she couldn't hold you down. You need some self-reflection. My 40M married piano teacher wants to hook up with me. 19F. I really don't know how to approach this. Let's start from the beginning. I started taking private classes with this piano teacher, and for a couple of months nothing was weird. But then he started to text me frequently. And I must admit, I love attention, especially from older men. Maybe 'cause I have daddy issues IDK. I started to feel like I was falling for him. Shit, maybe I still am. Because the way he talks to me makes me feel like I'm the most important person in the world. Our conversations are also different from the basic, boring conversations I usually have with the majority of people. Our convos are deeper and more fun, you know. I felt like he felt the same way, and then one day I got the confirmation I needed. He asked me if I wanted meet for a drink some weekend. I told him that it seems like fun. We haven't met for this drink though, 'cause I'm a bit scared. 'Cause what the fuck, he's twice my age. But now the even greater problem is that he apparently has a wife of 20 years and 3 kids. What do? I feel like I need to tell his wife, but honestly I'm scared of it. I'm scared of him getting mad at me. I'm scared of ruining his marriage and his kids' life. And to be completely honest, my selfish ass doesn't want to lose what we have, even though it's so wrong. I'm also aware of grooming and have been starting to question whether this counts as grooming or not. 'Cause I feel like I do really like him, but isn't it still wrong of him to use that help loudly crying? He is literally a classic manipulative creep. Do not fall into his trap. I'm sure he's telling you all kinds of things like how mature you are, and that he's never had a connection like this with anyone. He's a cheating boss and guarantee you aren't the first student he's pulled this crap with, and you won't be the last. When his marriage falls apart, it is 100% on him and his actions. You were groomed, and if you reward this behavior, he will do this again to someone who may not be as like-minded. I am sure you are not the first student he has done this with. If you knowingly sleep with someone else's spouse, you're just as bad as the cheater, in my opinion. Just remember, if you decide to hook up with him, in the end he'll respect you as much or even less than his wife. I'm scared of ruining his marriage and his kids' life. Just to be crystal clear, if his wife leaves him because he's trying to sleep with a teenager behind her back, that is him ruining his marriage, not you. Everything about this situation is concerning. Do not meet up with him, stop taking lessons from him, and tell his wife if you have the ability to do so. She may or may not believe you, but that's out of your control. Don't be the person to interfere in someone else's marriage. That would make you partially responsible for ruining it. What you have is gross and inappropriate. He doesn't care about or respect you. He sees you as an easy target for casual sex on the side. Find yourself a therapist, not a creepy cheater. Don't hook up with him and tell his wife. Should my partner, 38F, try to force me, 40M, to post on social media? My partner feels that I don't publicly acknowledge our relationship, as I don't post photos of us or acknowledge special occasions such as her birthday via social media. I have Facebook and Instagram accounts but don't actively post. I like and comment on her posts, including photos of us. I will like friends' posts and use it to send birthday wishes to people I won't see on the day. She is deeply unhappy at the fact that I don't post about us or use the platform to wish her a happy birthday, happy anniversary, etc. I argue that I don't because I can, and do, this in person. I can't help but feel that she is preoccupied with social media, is attention-seeking and obsessed with the likes. Your thoughts? It may be her way of just saying she wants you to be proud of your relationship, like yelling from the rooftops, "I love her." But since she is wrapped in social media, this is how she knows to say it. Take the time to sit down and really have a conversation about this. Explain you don't use social media much, so it's just not a big part of who you are. Let her know you proud of her in other ways, like sending her flower while she is at work so all her friends can see. I don't know, maybe that just the old-fashioned me coming out. On one hand, I completely agree with you that she seems overly preoccupied with social media. I would be tempted to tell her she needs to just get over it, except for one thing. This is a really easy to way make her happy. Why not do it? It's not about the likes, they just want you to show them off a bit and be proud of your relationship. I think you could make your partner very happy by just spending a few minutes every once in a while to make them feel a little more loved. Why are you fighting against it so hard? Speak to people in the language of love your partner understands. Never try to force them to speak your language when you are expressing love for them. And it should be vice versa. Red heart, spend a few minutes and make them happy. I wouldn't say that's the case, but your online presence when connected with friends should reflect who you are in real life. She's feeling like she's being hidden. IDK man. I both get it and don't get it. I get that it seems like she wants to feel appreciated and acknowledged by you, and to her, social media is the way to do it. Do you otherwise acknowledge your relationship? Does she have any other reason to feel that you've been maybe hiding her? I don't get it because I'm also not really a social media poster. If you both have Instagram, if she posts a story or something about you and tags you, could you reshare it yourself? I do that sometimes, and it's a lower key way, emo, to say, look, we're close, than having to do it yourself. I feel so awkward and weird when I have to post myself that I just don't.